Good afternoon, Ngozi Talk Shows family. It's Nomsa here at Ngozi Talk Shows. Find your own voice, lead from within. With me today, I'm with Claudia Pasa. How are you, Claudia?
I'm very well. Thank you, Nomsa. Hello, everybody.
Good. So our topic today is all about overcoming the fears of relationship. So are you someone who is fearing entering a new relationship? So today we are going to cover the fear within. We are going to cover understanding relationship anxiety, and we are going to cover overcome trust issues and unveiling past traumas and challenging abandonment fears and cultivating healthy boundaries, redefining commitment and rebuilding after heartbreak. So I'm not sure if and building emotional resilience. So I'm not sure if we're going to cover all this, but we'll try our best. If we don't cover it, we can always come back and just pick it up from where we left off. So Claudia, I know you chose this topic, reasons you are afraid of a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So what was in your mind when you chose this topic? And I know when somebody choosing the topic here at Ngozi Talk Shows is either something that motivates yourself, or it could be a conversation with the friends. So could you please explain to our audience what was the motivation behind it?
I mean, usually as well, when you ask me to think of a topic, I tune in, I ask for downloads in regards to what is the best the audience would like to hear or to be beneficial as well at this stage. And then I get the downloads. Obviously as well, sometimes it's something going on in my life. But this time I was just asking what the audience would like to hear from us. So it's just like, afraid of being again in a relationship, And I thought it would be good as well for us to get together and to explore some of the points which we all, including as well our beautiful audience, have heard of, why we are afraid to go back again into the next relationship, but some of the points as well we never have thought of. They could be as well influencing us. It's just like you to bring some clarity.
Awesome. Yeah, it's a very, very good topic because sometimes people can actually fear to enter a relationship, or simple they've had bad experience in the past, or simply they feel that they are not ready to enter. They want to enter a relationship, but they feel that they're not ready to actually enter a relationship. Or sometimes, fear can actually, it can lead to all sorts. Some people may struggle, maybe they've had a bad experience in the past. They may start fearing if they're going to connect with the person. Sometimes it could be simple, the chains that our past chains that are holding us back. So then that's when it's very, very important to actually work on your fear within. Because when you work on your fear within, it helps you to actually derive into your vulnerability, and also work on your rejection if you are somebody who's been rejected in the past, and also highlight the underlying issues that can actually contribute to relationship anxiety. Or it could be sometimes the first step that can actually, when you actually work on your fear within, that is the first a step towards dealing with what is holding you back and towards healthier connections as well. Or sometimes it could be so many things that we can put the list. The list goes on. It could be a big list that is holding people not wanting to enter a relationship. What do you think, Claudia?
Yes, you said as well, there are different things and different reasons for different people actually as well. And it could be, yeah, actually as well a long list. But let's start actually as well what you said in regards to fear, yeah? Because if something comes up as a strong reaction, and fear is actually a strong emotion, yeah, that is always something is there in the way, you know? So it's always, yeah, just like, yeah, I invite the people as well to look at what is actually happening inside of them, you know, like, and what are the thoughts as well, you know, like in regards to the fear and the thoughts, what is the story here? What's going on in your mind? What's the voice telling you? So why is it scary to go into the next relationship? And obviously as well, I mean, many of us have been in relationships and they have not worked out always to the best as we intended them to be. And then at some stage as well, I mean, yeah, we separate, or we have separated as well from past relationships, and this might not have turned out the way we thought it would be, or we were the one who have been left. We wanted as well still to continue this relationship, but the other person had some other ideas. It's just like all different reasons why we feel like afraid what has happened in the past, you know. So like well, a good indicator is as well always to go within, you know, like, and to see as well, to look at the relationships. Are there any patterns as well? Yeah. Are there any patterns in regards to the relationship style, or the man or the woman we attract, or any pattern, how the relationship starts off? Obviously, the thing is, it starts off beautifully, and then at some stage as well, things are popping up, and this is the stuff we actually have to look at, because this stuff, as in programs or situations, if they are being repetitive from relationship to relationship and always being the same style, just the partner is different this time, but the program or the situation is the same. So this is actually as well like a red flag, where we have to actually just like be so honest about, admit it, that something is being shown you over and over again. And this is actually a good thing, if we can see it as a good thing to see and to be grateful for it, so that we can look at what's going on in between this dynamic. And usually as well, the work starts within us. Yeah, the work starts within us, where we bring in the sort of partner as well, according to what we believe the relationship should look like. So what we believe and picked up from our childhood as well. What was the situation or the marriage and the relationship between your parents? What have you witnessed? This is actually as well a very good indicator to go within, and just like to go back in time and to see how did your parents when you were younger. I'm talking of when we were younger, because at the age between 0 and 8, we are like a sponge. The brain is still developing, and we take everything around us as the truth, as well as the relationship and the marriage from our parents. And we believe it, you know, so we believe it's the truth. And it's very innocent actually as well, just because we don't know anything else. And this is how actually it starts, you know, like I invite you, yes, to look back at the parents. Is there anything here which you have picked up? And I'm sure there's something that is still in your system, and you would like to undo it, to uncreate it, and to unlearn things.
But Claudia, when you say we need to look at our past and find out if there's anything that we've learned from our parents, or sometimes the story that we tell ourselves. I think the seeds of fear is to understand the roots of that problem. Like what you're saying, some people might have childhood wounds that are still there and they need to be dealt with, which is where you have to go the process of healing, early childhood attachment and past heartbreaks as well. We mentioned that before. Past heartbreaks can leave imprints to our psyche, so we need to make sure that, and they can also make sure that they're dealt with, and they can shape our beliefs and expectations about love. So, and then and also work on your beliefs. What do you believe? What is love anyway? If you say, okay, I want to enter a relationship, what is relationship? What is love? What does it mean to actually enter a relationship? Because people give things different meanings. So you got to understand that what is the meaning of a relationship and what does it mean, and also understand the people that are different. We can go back, like Claudia was saying, that our parents, how they've raised us, we need to understand that people are different. The experiences that we experienced in our childhood with our parents is going to be different, but it will be the same if we allow it, because some people can actually bring their childhood attachment into a relationship. They end up living that story. So it's very, very important to actually unlearn any negative things that you believe that is negative. And sometimes there are positive things that we've learned from our parents that can affect our present relationship, because we want that present relationship to be similar to our positive relationship with our parents. So we have to make sure all that is dealt with it. Or if you need healing, make sure you search within yourself. Healing is very, very important. We all have a story. Everybody's wounded. At some point, there were times where everyone had to go through something in life. So look within yourself. If you feel that you are wounded, when I always say to people, if you are wounded, you need to hold on to think about doing some things, work on that wound. Once you heal yourself, then you are able to move forward with the relationship. And once you go through the healing, there is no reason for you to actually be afraid of entering a new relationship. We are afraid because we believe that we are not enough. We are afraid because we believe that people are not going to accept us. And we then have to create this character, this personality that is not authentic. So for me, what I will say is, if you are afraid of entering a new relationship, it is normal, but go to the roots of the problem, because everything has the roots of the problem. It's simple. Some people, it could be very, very simple, that you've not been in a serious relationship. But guess what? If it's that simple that you've not been in a serious relationship, at Hope Spring Eternal Introduction Agency, we have a program that is called Sidekicks. So Sidekicks, it means you can book one of the matchmakers, and stunning matchmakers. You go out with them for a night, go out in town. You choose the venue where you want to go, which is a beautiful venue, and you just go out. So a matchmaker is a stranger, somebody you've never met. So they teach you confidence. They will spend the night helping you, boosting your confidence, And if you want to learn more, like if you're a woman and you want to learn more how to chat to a man on the first date, so that is the program. Or if you are a man and you want to learn more how to chat to a woman, so that is the program. It's from the start to finish. So that person will spend the whole night teaching you. So that's the program we have. So if somebody is interested, you can go on the website and find it on the website and do that and hire a sidekicks and go out on a date. Sometimes we are afraid because we think we are not enough, or simply we don't know what to say. Some people, they are afraid for simple reasons. They don't know what to say when they go out, or they know what to say. They just don't have that confidence. So that's where we get you covered at Hope Spring Eternal Introduction Agency. So over to you, Claudia.
Yeah, I mean, confidence obviously as well. It's a factor, you know, and I can think as well of me, you know, yeah, just sometimes we go through life and we don't always feel confident depending what area it is we are in or working on right now, you know. And back then as well, when I was going on dates, and even as well, the dates didn't work out as in turning into a relationship, but the little dates before I found my relationship, the current one, I saw the dates as practicing. Okay, so actually I use them to get into confidence and everything, practicing. So just like this was actually a good approach for me as well, in regards to instead to get upset if it didn't work out again and I attracted again someone who wasn't into commitment or something, you know. So like, yeah. Yeah, so you did say, yeah, okay. And something else as well, fear, anxiety that it might go bad again, you know, that we are being hurt again, you know, like abandoned, rejected. That's actually a very common fear as well, why we hesitate to go into the next relationship and feel anxious about it. It's more feeling anxious about the heart, you know, about our beautiful heart, which has been, yes, just like, experienced some pain previously. So we might have, the partner might have left us. And instead of to go through this again, we would actually, most of us actually as well, like, just reject as well the next relationship, or just play it very cool, superficial, and not going deep into the relationship. But again, it's just like, that's like different aspects as well to consider. And again, it doesn't matter what it is, if we have been rejected in the past, or the partner treated us and we didn't have a good self-esteem then, so the partner mirrored us as well, that we were quite low thinking of ourselves, or no matter what it is, you know, I would like to highlight that the idea of this is always, it always goes back to us to love ourselves, you know, to do our work, that we know that we are enough, that we that actually is where we can't be rejected, you know, on the highest level actually is where we can't be rejected, because when we have this relationship with us and the acceptance of us and the self-love, you know, like everything within us, you know, then on the highest level as well, this can't be rejected because we are with us, you know. Then it's just like the choice of partner or the wrong partner as well. It's just like it doesn't feel in alignment. So just like the importance here is, I would like you to understand that it always comes back to us, you know, to do our work first, to work on the deficits, no matter what it is. Rejection, acceptance of ourselves, loving ourselves, just like to work in this specific department so that our cup is full, that we don't try to get this as well outside in the partner, because this is again something, it's just the wrong approach. We have to be good with ourselves first, and obviously we've heard this before, Nomsa, right? But again, it's important to hear this over and over again, that these are the wrong expectations to go into the relationship, that we need something from the other, yeah. This might have been the approach we have done in the past, okay? But today the updated version, understands that needing something from him or her is just the wrong aspect. It's just, we don't go with this motivation. We work on us first, and then actually I invite you from this energy and from this point of view to go out and to date. You'd be surprised how these are like two different scenarios, into different energies and vibes, how you can go out and do dating, yeah.
I like it, Claudia, when you say working on yourself is very, 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 very important. When I was single, went through divorce, and I watch every video, I actually listen to my friends watching TV, the dating coach is saying, this is the dress, the colors that are trending. When you want to go on dates, this is what is trending. This is what is trending. But I didn't get it. It was that's why I started to matchmaking business, because I realized that actually when you go on a date, when you decide to enter a long-term relationship, it's not the money that you have, it's not the looks that you have, it's not the dress that you wear that gets you connected with somebody. It's one thing, your true authenticity. Once you figure out your true identity, you cannot go wrong. There's no fear. There's no anything. I can actually go out, buy the most expensive brand of perfume, shoes, dress. But if I don't feel good inside, I cannot connect with the right person. I will select people that makes me feel comfortable. But to me, get rid of fear. Once you get rid of fear, or if you are somebody like Claudia is saying that if you have been rejected, you have to, sometimes when you've been rejected, thinking about going on a date, it can be really, really terrifying. And it can cause so many things inside the person. But for me, what I see works for people is understanding your values. Okay, these are my values. First, we need to understand our story. What has our story been in the past? Be willing to rewrite. Can you rewrite that story? If the story from your past, dating relationships, parents' relationship, it's not working, can you rewrite it how you want? Because I can tell you, Claudia, we can take every man out there, they know exactly what they want. But when it comes to doing, they don't do exactly what they want. When it comes to every woman out there, they know exactly. If you ask a woman questions, a woman will tell you step by step what the things that they need to do in order to find love, the fears, and how they can go the process of healing. But they're not doing it. They are just living in fear, or if they are doing it, they watch television and they just go and do exactly what they are told to do. But that's not you. It's like you're here watching Gossip Talk Show. What you need to do is think about your story. Once you think about your story, think about how is that story? When you think about it, what state of mind do you go to? And then if you need to unlearn it, then you learn that story. Unlearn that story. Write the story that you want based on your beliefs, based on your values. The clothes that we wear, think about the image that you want to, when you go to work. What kind of clothes do you like to wear? If you don't know how you love to dress, but you don't know how to dress, can you get a stylist? We have a stylist here at Hope Spring Eternal Introduction Agency, but a stylist that is not going to tell you what to wear or what to do. So you need to find a stylist that is a body that can actually help you to, when you go out there, like when you have the right person, they don't tell you what to do, but they trigger emotions. So you are like, oh, this is not me. Oh yeah, this is me. I love this. I love this. So you have to find a body that can help you to go shopping. If the image is not what is what it needs to improve. But don't change your image based on dating. Don't use the words that I need to start dating and I need to change my image. No. Just tell yourself, I need to change my image for a long time because it makes me feel good. That's what I want. That's what I desire. It's for you, not for the date. When you look good, you step outside. You're not stepping outside for a woman. You're stepping outside for men, or if you're a woman, you're stepping outside for you to feel good. And when you feel good, the person that is next to you, they're going to feel good. So that's what we do. We create our image for. And then once your image is created, the character now, what are my values? Then you create that character based on your values, based on your beliefs. Cut the noise, because when we leave the noise in, people will tell us that's not your style, that's not your this. But when you are creating the whole image, you can actually create the things. You can create, you can actually create just a new image. When I was actually creating my own image, I was wearing trousers, and I realized actually when I was working on my image, I was like, I don't really like trousers. So I wear them because it's cold in the UK. So I had to go and find a lighter. I had to go and fight in the garden, and I had to burn them. I didn't like it. I don't like wearing trousers. I love dresses. I love skirts. There's some different things that I love to wear. So I had to get rid of the things that I don't like, but not because somebody was telling me this is what you shouldn't, this is what you should. So I had to go and bend that. Everything that I knew, that I started doing it based on everybody else because I was a follower at that moment. I had to get rid of it. So you can do that to create your character, your true authenticity. When a child is born, what do they do, Claudia? I don't need to explain to the audience. What do they do when a child is born? Families. What do you do, Claudia? Let's say you have siblings and your sister or your brother, they have a newborn child. What do you guys do?
And what do you mean in regards to the parents, or?
No, everybody in the family. When you hear the news that a child is born,
celebrate, right?
Oh yes, that's why you go. Yeah, that's what you're going to do when you create your image, you create your character. That comes from your heart. You will celebrate you. When you walk, people will feel it. When you speak, people will feel it. When you go on a date, a woman will feel it when they find this man that is confident, that is not cocky, that is not full of himself. They'll feel it. The woman will feel it. When a woman goes on a date, she finds this beautiful man that is confident, that is not full of himself, a man that loves, because when you love yourself, you are able to actually share that love with somebody else. And that is the world that you create. So you'll be able to do that. I don't know about you, Claudia, your opinion about this one. But for me, I'm a big fan of true authenticity.
Yes. No. Absolutely. I'm so with you. Because again, who's guilty of in a relationship in the past, pretending that you want to be someone else and so on, it didn't work, you know. It just feels fake, you know. And at some point as well down the line, the truth comes out. The other party, the partner, feels like betrayed as well, and it's just not working out. So I did this in the past, you know, because again, looking back, I just didn't like myself. I didn't love myself. I didn't accept myself, all the stories. So I wanted to be someone else. And this is never a good thing. But okay, we have to try it sometimes and to get the lesson as well for ourselves. So yes, true authenticity as well, and just accept yourself and as well the quirky things, you know, the quirky things, because these are actually the ones as well which make us unique, you know. And once we can understand this, it really sinks in. You are yourself, you accept yourself, you are authentic, unique, and so is everyone else, you know, so is everyone else. And the values, yes, as you said, absolutely, it's important as well to sit down and to make sure what are my values as well for me in life, for me in relationships, dating, you know, marriage. That's a very important one to understand. What are my values? Because then we can create the life and live with those values in our life, and then it makes it more meaningful and purposeful, and it's more the flow as well, when we are in tune with our values, which we have to figure out first, and we can do this, no? And something else as well I would like to mention in regards to being afraid, because sometimes as well, when I have clients, they come to me and they want to be in an next relationships. So they say, Claudia, I've been single, I've been divorced for so and so many years. I am ready. I would love to meet my next relationship. So this is what they say to me. This is what they say on a conscious level. But the conscious mind makes only up to 5%. So that's the part of the mind we know what we want. But the subconscious is all the rest. It's the bottom of the iceberg. You know, the up to 95% of the brain of the mind is the subconscious. And here we have the programs stored and the stories and everything, the beliefs that we have picked up from this life as well. And they might not serve us, you know. So, but then the client has subconsciously the program running in regards to love is pain, love is fearful, because they have at some point experienced how their parents divorced and it wasn't a nice divorce and so on. So they created the program as a child back then that love equals pain. And obviously then today, grown up 20, 30 years later, consciously, they would love to spend the time with someone, but subconsciously, if we have like these competing desires, you know, running, then it's a bit like a stop and pause on the relationship energy. It's like you put energy into something and then you break always. It's just not really going anywhere. And I'm sure as well, some of us have experienced this too, that we want something consciously, but we seem not to get there. And that's the point where it's important as well to check what's your version as well, or the idea. You did say this at the beginning. So what is love for you? Yeah. What is love for you? What does it stand? Love is ... And then each of us obviously have our own story and meaning for it. So this is actually important to identify what's in the subconscious, you know, and we can find this out as well by just asking good questions, you know, like what are we afraid for as well? What happened when we are in our next beautiful relationship, you know, what are we afraid of? And even here I had clients, they were afraid that they would lose their freedom, you know, that they would have to share their money, that they couldn't live full out in their career, you know, like all these topics are quite common in regards to being afraid to be in a relationship. What else are some hidden fears? What are your clients sharing with you?
The fears that people share. I was telling one of my clients, I don't know, if you meet a woman who is size 6, size 8, they have fears that they have. And you meet a woman who is size 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, when the number goes up, they have fears. So I said to my clients, I could just put all of you, the people that are skinny and those who have weight, and put you all in one go, so you can all understand that you all have fears, and fears that don't make sense. So I said to her, if we fear, sometimes people fear because they are overweight and they're not going to find love. So I said to my clients, any woman that is out there, there's a woman that I like. She's an actor. She's Black American. She was trending for a while on Instagram because of her weight, and she found this white guy. They got married, and people started really bullying her, asking the guy, saying, what did you see in her? She's overweight, she's this, she's this. And I was like to myself, it's very simple. A man, when he meets a woman that knows what they want, they fall in love with that. It's very attractive. If I meet a man, if I'm single, I meet a man that has, if I ask a man and say, if you were to date me, what would you do with me? What vision do you have for me? If a man explains the vision he has for his family, because not everyone wants to have children. Some people want to have children and some people they don't. But as long as the two of you, you're still family. So if I ask a man and they tell me the vision that they have for their woman, that's attractive. A man that knows exactly what they want, what they are going to do with when they find that true love. Travel around the world. Maybe some don't want to travel. They have this city where they imagine, Nomsa, if I meet this woman, I'm going to get a house in this town or this city, or sometimes they're going to build it, or sometimes they're going to buy it. People have all these different visions. So if a woman meets a man that knows he exactly has a vision for her, who is not afraid to actually take his life to the next level, who has been hurt, been rejected, but they're not afraid of getting married again or getting to know somebody and see where life takes them. To me, that is life. Most clients, their fear is their age. They fear weight. And those are the things that I was telling my clients, that if you are a woman or you are a man, you meet a woman that judges you because of your age. Because if you are 50, of course, you're going to date men that are around your age, or 40, or maybe you might even date a woman who are 30-something. That is fine. But if you meet anyone that judges you for your weight or for your age, that's not a relationship. I wouldn't even bother thinking about it, because we as a human being, our destinies has been designed already. There are people that we meet that accept us for who we are. When I actually went through my relationship, when my relationship broke down, I made a decision that I'm going to get to know myself. I'm going to have a relationship with myself, and I'm going to get to know Nomsa. I missed that Nomsa when she was young, who didn't care about what people thought, who think of her, who loved her family, who loved her friends, who wasn't afraid of anything. So I had to have a relationship with myself. And after, when I had a relationship with myself, I had to work on my childhood attachment. When I worked on my childhood attachment, now I had to create my identity. Creating my character, it means I was no longer going on Facebook, looking at what people are wearing, how people are behaving. I was no longer looking at my friends and creating my character based on my friends. It was all about me. Okay, I love my Christian values, my Christian beliefs, they mean a lot to me. So I had to ask myself, as a Christian, what character do I need to put it out there? And I look at myself. I was a woman who go out, because that's what I thought at the time, that in order for me to attract men, I have to show my boobies. I had to show my legs. I had to wear miniskirt. At the time, that's what I thought. That's how you find men. I show my boobies. I show my miniskirt, wear my miniskirt, and show my legs. And when men says, ooh, I didn't know that ooh means it could be the wrong guy. So I didn't know that I needed to close that ooh. So the nice ooh guy can actually guess what is in there. So I just show everything. But then when I was creating my character, so everybody's character journey is going to be different. For me, that is my character norms are being a Christian, and also understanding my values. What do I really want? And I was like, I actually don't need to show my boobies. I can be as sexy as possible, but I don't need to show my boobies. I don't need to show my legs, like to actually for somebody to make me go to a point where they can even see your knickers. So I was like, I don't need to do that. So I just created my identity based on me, what I thought was right. And when I created my identity based on me, I had to check out my fears now. I had to undo everything. My fears, work on my fears now. I had to work on my forgiveness and healing. Working on forgiveness, when you hold your life, when you come to a realization that you're holding your life by telling yourself that you are not enough, by thinking that other people are better than you, or maybe you're not beautiful, or you sometimes people have weight. So those are the things I had to go bit by bit, asking God to forgive me for not appreciating the person that I am, that I was created to be unique. And once I did that, there was this chain that I felt. I felt this freedom within myself. And then I was ready now to go and share my life with somebody else. But I didn't do it in a way where I said to myself, I'm single now, I've got to find somebody. I was open to go out. If I didn't want to go out, I stay at home. And I knew that, by putting the message out there, the universe. God is an amazing God. When you tell him exactly what you desire in life, he delivers. Those who don't believe in God, the universe is God. He was created by God. So if you are somebody who prefer to speak to the universe, to me, I know he is the universe. If you say out loud your problems, so to me, it was putting my story out there and say, you know what, God? I'm tired of these men that enter my life and they take advantage of me. And I'm tired of having to put my personality, pretend to be something that I'm not. I'm not going to do that. I was tired. And sometimes, like you can go on Instagram. They tell you if you wear this kind of fake hair is going to attract men. If you wear this kind of makeup is going to attract men. But that's not true. You are the one that attracts men. You are the one that attracts women. For me, that's how I understand. If you wear a makeup, but you don't feel good inside, what is it going to do? You will find a good man, but they will go because you don't feel good to actually look after them and look after yourself and connect with them. Because what we need is a connection. And after the connection is to keep that connection, is to make sure that we live based on our values and our beliefs. I don't know about you, Claudia. So I basically had to divorce the ideas of buying expensive makeup and then it's going to give me a good man. I had to divorce the thing where it says, go and spend the expensive, my fake hair, that looks good, and then it makes me feel bad inside. But all I had to do that moment, it was working on the inside. Every step that I take, I know that when you wear makeup is part of the things that we think it makes us feel good, but it doesn't. It's actually what's on the inside of you is greater than what's on the outside. I stopped wearing makeup for one reason, because it made me feel, I don't want to even say the name, it made me feel awful, because at the time I thought it was making me feel good, but because I was spending time getting dressed. I don't know about you, Claudia. I was spending 2.5 hours. If I was to go out with my friends, I'll spend 2.5 hours getting dressed, putting makeup, making sure I choose my dress, doing everything, make sure when I stepped outside, the neighbors would be like, oh my God, she looks amazing. I made sure when I stepped outside, I didn't step in the mud, because I was protecting my wardrobe and forgetting my soul inside of me. But I stopped doing all those things. When I step outside, people still say, Nomsa, you look amazing. And nothing has changed. Honestly, I still wear nice clothes. I still look after myself, but I stopped doing things that I thought were making me feel good, because I thought that's what it meant. Sometimes when I'm not putting makeup, my spouse goes, oh, okay, I have to make sure with the top that I'm wearing that you're not gonna put makeup on me. I'm like, I am not wearing a makeup, so I feel offended that don't see the difference between makeup and not makeup. And now I see that actually the things that we think, okay, you can wear makeup, but as long inside of you is healed, it's not broken, but not hiding, using a makeup to hide your scars.
Yeah.
So I don't know about you, Claudia. For me, that's how I feel, that you can wear whatever you want, but as long you are not hiding your scars. There's once I heard someone said, do you know, I don't know what is beauty anyway. For me, I believe that beauty comes from inside. If you ask any other matchmakers, the women that they recruit for men, what they are looking for, they're looking for intelligence. Is this woman intelligent when they go out, or when they're with this man that is paid to register? They get married, will they be able to do the things that a woman should be doing? Or there are some people who you look at them, they're beautiful, but when they open their mouth, what comes out of their mouth is not right. So for me, I have decided that beauty comes from within, not from on the outside. I believe that on the outside is an energy that comes with it, but what's on the inside of a person, I believe it is greater than what's on the outside. And I'm not sure about you, Claudia. What is your opinion on this one?
Beauty, yeah. Beauty. I mean, to me as well, okay, yes. Inside, yes. And makeup is absolutely okay. Just like, again, as you said, make sure that you feel good about yourself first, and not to cover everything and so on. So that's important because, again, you know, like people feel it as well, you know, people sense it as well, you know, how you are feeling, what's going on, are you anxious, are you confident, and so on. People can sense it. So it's just, you know, it's important to be good within, and then just, yeah, and then you can look beautiful, because then as well you stream it out, you know. That's what you mean, yeah, beauty from inside, because when you do your job, you do your work, yeah, as much as you can. Obviously, it's a lifelong job to do our healing. Yeah, we will be doing this until the last day, yeah. But still, you know, it's like always evolving and getting better, you know, like day by day, you know, like bit by bit, yeah. But like then when we feel good inside, and then we stream it out, and the others as well, they pick it up, and this is the radiance. So when we shine as well, yeah. I wanted to ask you, you did say that you had like experiences, and then you said to God, stop it now. I'm done with this situations over and over again. And I had something similar actually as well. I've already twice in regards to relationships, you know. I was I noticed I'm attracting the same type of men. Like for me, it was non-committed men. And then I was just so bored of it, you know. At some stage, you're just so bored and over it that I said as well to the universe, guys, thank you so much, but I'm just done with it, you know. In that moment, when I consciously made the decision, I'm so done with this same type of delivery of men being handed on to me, and then things changed. And then soon after that, actually, I met my long-term relationship man. Okay, yes, just like things can be actually easy as well in life. It doesn't always have to be like big healing and traumatic and, you know, months of and tissues and everything, boxes, you know. It doesn't have to be, you know, just like sometimes it can be easy as well, you know. It's just I'm fed up, I'm noticing, it's just like, and then done with it. And then they changed as well, because the universe actually has a sense of humor as well with us, you know. Yeah, if we look at it actually closer, they do play as well the little games as well with us. So it's just, yeah. Fear you did say as well a few times in regards to popping up and so on, about the age and so on, yeah. But as well as then what I'm doing as well these days now, when I feel fear pops up, I try to meet the fear, because the fear actually is quite innocent. When we look at the fear in this very particular situation, and when we are able to meet the fear and actually to see what's the message here, what is it trying to protect us from? Because in the end as well, fear, when we go and meet it, can see it's very innocent. It's trying to protect us from something, you know. Yeah, and actually it's very innocent. So if we then can go and identify it, for example, as well, the age, you know, I'm too old, you know, there are no more men or women out there for me. And then actually, you know, then ask yourself, is this the highest truth? You know, is this really the highest truth? And then usually as well, we would say, no, it's not. It's just like some fear message popped into our head, but it's not the highest truth. Okay, and then like look around for evidence in this world where people are still so and so old and they still attract beautiful relationships. One of them actually as well was my mother. My father passed away. My mother spent a few years by herself. She was a widow, 60 something, and then she met an old school friend as well, and they spent beautiful 10 years together, you know. So actually go always out and find evidence, because the mind needs to see evidence so that you don't buy into this story, which is a lie most of the times.
And that's true, Claudia. And also embrace, you know, the person that you are. Embrace it. If you do meet the men that are judging you, that you're not good enough, they're not right for you. So you don't need to include them in your story. And when you meet women that tell you that you are not good enough, you don't need to put those women into your story. And we write the stories that we believe are true about ourselves. And I always say, you have to get to know you. And once you get to know yourself or understand what's your purpose, why you are here on earth, you're not here to tell yourself that you're not enough. Of course, the problems, they are presented to us, but we can deal with the problems. But at the same time, we need to embrace our character, because the process of finding love is, if you know that your heart is broken, and if you know that you are wounded, is going through that process of healing. And once you go through that process of healing and accept yourself for who you are, once you accept yourself and you step outside, there are some people who use their title to get women, but it fades away. There are some women who use their title to get men, it fades away. So what you can do, that's why with my clients, what I do is for the first time when I introduce them to each other, I send the name so they cannot Google each other on social media. So when they meet, they know they're meeting this person, the photos, they have the photos, they have what the person does, the work, what they do, they have an idea of what does this person do, but they just have, like, let's say if it's me, it's just NOMSA. There's no way, there's loads of NOMSA. So if they go on social media, they try, some people they do. But when we do meet that person, let's say if the person has money, and then when they go out, they use their title as the money to actually attract women. It doesn't work. So what works is, of course, when you're a confident woman and you have the choice as well to decide what kind of a woman do I want in my life. Although I'm blessed with my finances, I'm blessed with a good job. So you can say as a woman, what kind of a man do I need to share my blessings with this person? Not to just go out and say, I'm going to use my title, women loves money, or women or men loves women who are wealthy, they just going to fall in love with. It doesn't work. But what works is when somebody falls in love with the real person and they connect with that person. It means when the money goes, if we meet a millionaire, when the day they're not a millionaire, you're going to work hard together to actually build that millionaire back and have your millionaires back. But when you find a woman that just wants money, gold digger, the day the money goes, the day they are gone. If you find a man that loves you for what you have, the day that you have it goes, that means they are gone. If they want your body, the day that body goes, it fades away, because our bodies changes. I don't look the same like I did 10 years ago. So the body changes. So that means that man is going to go when the body changes, because they didn't fall in love with what's on the inside, they fell in love with the looks. So it is very, very important to actually understand, just work on our fears so we can select what we want, what we think we deserve in life. NOMSA doesn't know what you think you deserve. I'm very, very clear to my clients that I can introduce you to somebody, but that does not mean that I'm asking you to select that person. When you go out, I'm asking you to make a decision, because NOMSA is not going to be there 10 years later, 5 years time, where this person, do you think they will be able to understand when things change or whatever goes on in life? Do you think this person will be able to be an architect in your life? Because to me, a man is an architect. A woman, she's a mentor. She mentors her man. A man brings the best out of his woman. She does not bully a woman. A woman does not bully a man. Of course, the problems we face through challenges, but when you select somebody, you have to think about the long-term relationship, not in a judgmental way. And also the beauty of life is when we ask God, this man that we call God, some people call him a high power, me, I call him as he is. Because what I realize is this man that we call God, or this universe that we call the universe, is God. And when I tell God, this is my life, and I say, please give me the life that I deserve, he shows me the hindrance. What is hindering me moving forward? Is either relationship, is either business, or around my life. He shows me. So you can do that and just go through the healing process. When you go through the healing process and just, the hardest thing, Claudia, I don't know, is being honest with yourself. Me, is being honest within myself. It has served me. I had to understand one thing before I entered a relationship, that my in-laws, they are not my friends. They might love me as much as they love me. They say they might give me hugs and kisses and tell me they love me, but they are my enemies. I'm not saying that's the mindset that I had to put out there, but I know that they are my enemies. But the love that I have will help me to love them. And so that's why whenever some people get problems with their in-laws, or sometimes you find that your spouse goes and introduces you to their family, and the family don't accept you. So that's the mindset that I had to have, that if you didn't make me, you cannot define me. So it means even if you don't like me, I like myself anyway. So I am not going to spend time in knocking my spouse and saying, your family don't like me, your family are blah, blah, blah. I ain't gonna do that. What I'm going to spend time is going into my bedroom and praying to God for my blessings, and praying to God to love my family, because I know that my in-laws, they are my spouse's family. So I'm just going to pray for them. So I am not going to let fear or anybody else tell me that I'm not good enough. So I don't know about you, Claudia. That's my values, that people cannot define you.
No, absolutely. Yeah, we should not do that, and if someone outside tries to do that, we have to be honest, as you say, and realize and then stop it as well, because in the end as well, we should not place others' people opinions over our own. That's something as well important, and hopefully as well at some point as well we all understand and learn it, that we can just be come back to us, and maybe as well down the line the relationship with this particular person can change as well,
Yeah.
It's just, if we don't give them attention too much, we stick to ourselves, as you say as well, follow our feeling and path as well, they might even just just loosen up all the situation as well between these parties. Yeah, absolutely. I do exactly the same. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, it's not about trying hard to try, because what we do is we try hard to convince people. When people don't like us, we give them attitude. We like, I'm gonna give it back, I'm gonna stick it back. No, don't do all those things.
Try less.
Yep.
Try less and do less, because by doing all these things, we put even more energy. It's like putting fire into, the gas and so on, just like, no, do less, just turn your way.
Mind your own business. I always say I mind my own business, whether people like me or they don't, it's none of my business. So that is really important to actually not to fight back. I was listening to my pastor yesterday. He was saying, we are not meant, like she was talking about women, saying women, we are designed, we are helpers. We are not designed to go, yep, 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 yep. Or no, we're not designed to do that. A woman is a helper. She designs life. She helps her men become the best. And if you see every successful man, he has a good woman behind him. It's either is the woman they're dating or married to, or it's either is their mother, or it's either their sister, or it's either a friend that is dedicated their life to mentor them. So those are the things that we need to realize, that as women out there, we are not we are designed to be helpers. We are designed to create, not to actually get married and be in a relationship that is not worth it. And we tell ourselves that we are not worthy. We are worthy. We have that choice. We have options in life.
Yeah.
So Claudia, is 14 minutes past. I don't know if you have any words of encouragement for our audience. And because this conversation, it could go on and on for hours.
I know. Well, it's life in the end as well. You and I are just sharing experiences about life, Yeah, it's life. Yes, I've got a beautiful quote I just wrote down, actually. Love does not hurt. It's only the resistance we have against it, around it, So all the stuff we come up with to make it something which is not, that's hurtful, yeah? But love itself doesn't hurt.
Yeah, love is beautiful. So where can our audience find you, Claudia?
They can find me on your website, right? On your website, on Facebook.
The website is not up, guys, by the way.
Not up yet. Okay, so then just a Claudia Pruscher Facebook page as well, Facebook and LinkedIn as well. So yeah, so let's do this.
Yeah, the website is not up yet, but it will be up soon. Yeah. We're just connecting. Today we're doing the connection because the domain people and the website builder hosting, so they are just having to put the codes together. So it might be live later or tomorrow, I don't know. But it is all done now. It's all beautiful, guys. You can go on the website and just book for coaching. So that is all good. For me, the words of encouragement, there's one thing that if you watch all my videos, I encourage true authenticity for my clients, for my audience, that when you are true to yourself, true to your character, you cannot go wrong in life. And I use God's character myself to say, if God was rejected, what chance do I have for me to be liked by everybody else? So I have to understand that not everyone is going to like me, but I am going to love me, and I'm going to accept myself for who I am, and I'm going to love my family and love my friends and love those who wants to hang out with me. So to keep it very simple is, if you did not make me, you cannot define me. Yeah. You cannot tell me that I'm not good enough. You cannot tell me that I can't be the person that I want to become. Only God can define me. So I just leave you guys with that. Just know that you are the author of your story, the creator of your destiny. So you create the life that you want. Life gives you options. Of course, we can tap into problems when we think we are tapping into breakthrough. But when you do tap into problems, what do? You pick yourself up. Meaning, if you have dated somebody and they reject you, they are actually not rejecting you. It means they have to deal with stuff. But because you don't know, you are caught up in that. I used to be that character where when things get tough, I don't want to know a relationship. Now I'm like, I'm out. because I believe that what I watch on TV, romantic TV's program, I believe that it was reality, but it's not. Relationship requires hard work, whether it's a relationship with yourself or with anybody else. It requires you to take time to get to know yourself. So that's what I live with. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on LinkedIn. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, and website will be ready soon. But you can find me, if you type Nomsa, you'll find me anyway. So live with grace, everyone, and God bless. And like I said before, if you are looking for love and you don't know where to begin, we have different programs that can help you to actually find that love. Or simple, if you are stuck and you feel like you don't have a voice, you want to find your own voice, please connect with us. And we have coaches from all walks of life that can help you to become the person that you are meant to be, created by your creator. God bless everyone, and live with grace.